All right, somebody had asked to see a tour of my garage, and my garage is not especially big. It's I think it's 300 square foot. It might be even less than that, but I'm not really able to really work in the garage anymore. It's become such like a stuff collector. But I'll take you through like what kind of equipment I have and what I do with it. Believe it or not, I know it looks really disorganized. There is some method to the madness in here, and I'll show you what I have. This radio I got in college. Here's my paint stuff over here. I know it looks like it's a mess, but this box has all my rollers and stuff. And I got some like marine paint, interlocks, some house paints. They're probably bad. That primer's probably still good. It's an oil base. Strippers, abrasives, sander. I got my bench, which I do bench things on. I usually clear it off before I do any kind of work on it. I got my aerosols up here, and oils, and brake fluids, transmission fluid, a zinc primer. Oh, some electrical supplies up here. Electrical stuff I just kind of use. I buy what I need and I use it, and then I don't really have much left over. I do some electric stuff. I got my hardware over here. Again, same thing. I buy kind of what I need when it comes to hardware, and I use it, and just whatever's left over goes on the shelf. Some aluminum, some nails for a nail gun. I don't even know where that is. I think I have a coil nailer now, which is at work. A lot of my equipment is at work. I don't have everything in here. Down here is my hand tools. Some of these hand tools are like total crap. Like the Ryobi stuff, like it gets the job done, but it's not great stuff. It works. I got a couple worm drive skills. I really like the worm drive. I bought a brand new one years ago, and then I was working for a guy, and he bought like secondhand equipment, bought and sold secondhand equipment, and he gave me this old worm drive skill, like an original one from when they were really well built. This is from, I think, 1988, sometime around there, and this thing it runs great. It pulls like 14.5 amps, but the thing is just a light years ahead of the new ones. And then I have my Sidewinder Makita too. I like the Sidewinder. I use them both. It's not like a West Coast, East Coast thing to me. I know a lot of West Coast guys like the worm drive. East Coast guys like the skill saw. But to me, it's like this one is easier to see, and it has the, your surface on the right side. This one has the surface, your flatter surface, the table on the left side. So, they both come in handy when you need them. Got my garbage right here. I got my tools, my handheld tools, like when I go work on a boat or something. These are all impact. I got my metric impact, the one with the red line. That's my standard impact sockets. Each one of these were a couple $100. It's great. These are, what are they? Gear wrench. They make a good product. Then I got my tools, my basic box. I don't really buy generally very good stuff, but I did splurge and bought a set of Icons at Harbor Freight. They make a real nice wrench, those Icons. I'm not gonna lie, they're actually very good. But I don't generally buy good stuff, because if I drop it in the canal, I don't feel so bad. But yeah, this box is basically full of like cheap stuff I find on the side of the road. I got my diagnosing equipment up here. Compression testers. What's this? Dial bore gauge for checking bores on engine blocks. I try to do it all. On the go gear wrench set. I got that at Home Depot. But that's just like an on the go kit, something you throw on the boat or the car when you're going somewhere. A couple more tools in the box. I'm not going to take you through it. It's mostly sockets and chisels and stuff like that. I got my plumbing equipment over here. And I think I have more. Here's my main plumbing box. This was my grandfather's. I never met him. He died in the 60s, but that was his box. Got my drywall equipment, masonry equipment down here. Down here, just stuff for laying tile, leftover tile, leftover grout. All of this is just all leftover like tile and grout stuff. Chop saw, I think I got that out of the garbage as well. Just needed a new switch. More grout. Fishing lures. This is all my fishing stuff, my equipment for my boat before I sold it. I had a 25 Mako. But I don't really do that. I don't really have time to fish anymore. Weed killers, my killers, stuff for killing raccoons, trapping. I used to have all my boating equipment over here, and I'd like rebuild carbs and stuff over here, but those days, well, I do have another boat now. It has a Yamaha on it, so nothing ever breaks. Speakers for my van. My old typewriter, when I got to send out a nasty gram, I like to do it on a typewriter. Nice typewritten letter. Still works great. Down here I got my camping gear. I got my old lanterns, a Coleman, propane. Actually, that's white gas. White gas. Got a couple tents over here. They're mostly two-person tents. I think I have a four-person somewhere. This is my camping gear, hammock, all my camping supplies in here. I got my chainsaw down there. I start up every couple months just to make sure. And you run some fresh gas through it. This is all my stuff for gardening and landscaping, lawn equipment. Got a set of skis. I used to cut it up on skis back in the day. I haven't skied in over a decade now. But that's in here. Probably could use a tune-up. Bikes. That's my wife's bike. That's my beach bike, my Rusty Cruiser. Trusty Rusty. Got my mountain bike back here somewhere. And then I got my unicycle. I used to ride a unicycle. I was that guy on the unicycle. I still can. But I used to, too. And then, I don't know. I got various just crap. My engine hoist when I'm pulling engines, that gets lent out a lot. A lot of people love to borrow that because it takes up a lot of real estate in the garage. Gasoline accessories. This is my outdrive stand. When I pull an outdrive, I throw it on there. I do the water pump on the stand. I made that probably a decade ago. Ooh, there's some engine oil in here from, Yamalube. That's the good stuff. Nice. Yeah, outboard stand. I used to do a lot of outboard stuff, so I'd buy and sell outboards, or I'd have a collection. I think at one point I had seven of them that I just had collected, and were in various states of disrepair. Wound up selling everything, made some money. Boat stuff, boogie boards. I got a wakeboard. This water ski is actually a decent ski. This thing's from the 80s, from the Reagan administration. But this is a real good slalom ski. Back in the day, this would have been, $300-400 when that was a lot of money. But this ski is real nice. I know it doesn't look like it, but at some point I was an athlete. Got my fishing gear and boating gear over here. I like to run, what's it called? I like to run the non-traditional, so the stuff you could cast with. And then I got my big game stuff. I got a couple 50 wide pens. These were over $1,000 each for the setup. That's for like tuna, shark. Got my harness for catching tuna and shark right here. Gaff, couple nets for netting fish. This piece of equipment, this block and tackle, was my great-grandfather's. It dates back to probably about 100 years ago. And it still works. It's got a hemp rope. That's how old it is. That's how you know it's old. I had to pull something at one point, and I used it. It's got a mechanical advantage of 4. And this thing still works. It works great. You lock it in by pulling on it, and then you can unlock it by pulling it back. The only thing I probably don't trust is this hemp rope probably should be replaced, but it's like kind of old and cool. Like, I don't want to I don't know. It's got so much history to my family. I don't know. Demo equipment, and landscaping equipment. Trench and shovel, regular shovel, post hole digger. Yeah, it's my like landscaping stuff. On the wall, I got some old pictures. I used to wrestle. That's my wrestling singlet from when I wrestled in college. And some old pictures. God, look how young my parents were there. It's like 30 years ago. Oh man, some of these people are dead. That's my old boat. Me and Ricky, we had a 15-foot Hobie power skiff. We launched it right off the dock. That's probably 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So that's about it. You know, kids stuff. Just kind of abhors a vacuum. Snow blower. It's way too big for what I need, but it works great. I got my TIG welder right here. It's an Eastwood AC/DC 200. This is a great little TIG. You can run it on 120. You could run on 240. I'm running straight argon on it, and got my sticks here. This is for aluminum, just regular mild steel. I got some stainless wire in here, so you can do it all. If you're gonna do aluminum, you really got to have 220. You got to use the bigger plug, the 50 amp plug. And somebody gave me this this fridge, and I was like, yeah, sure, I could use a fridge, and it just sits in my garage now. So I don't know. Yeah, I got to go through this. I got to clean some stuff out. But that's basically my garage. Like I said, most of the stuff I do is on the job. It's out off-site somewhere. I don't really do much work here, so this is like just storage, really. You know, and a lot of the stuff I buy is just, or stuff I use, just stuff I find. I do a lot of garbage searching. You know, find stuff in the trash and fix it up. You know, some of these old drills and stuff I have are, God, they're probably 50 years old. Got old Makitas, old Makita drill back here. The older equipment is still good. You just got to service it. You know, there's a lot of good equipment that was made throughout the years. You don't have to buy new shit all the time. But that's basically it. Hope that helps you out, Toad. I know Toad wanted to see my garage. What else I got? Oh, got blades for my sawmill. You guys have seen that. It's in my backyard. Still working good. I just started up the other day. There's another blade over there too. Sawmill blades. But that's it, guys. Any questions, reach out.